Hey, welcome to Sports and Politics with T. I'm your host, Tanya, and tonight we have made it back to Monday, y'all. Listen, I hope everybody has had a great weekend. We have a great show for tonight, and we're going to talk about how Americans are getting more and more frustrated with the job market and the way the economy is doing. Also, we're also going to take a look at Trump voters in jeopardy of losing their jobs due to some of the policy changes that Trump has proposed. So this is going to get really, really messy, even for the Republican side. But anyway, guys, again, I hope everybody's had a great weekend. We have already made it to June. And listen, halfway the year already over. All right. So listen, now we're going to go ahead and get started for tonight as far as what we're going to talk about. Again, Americans are feeling the pinch. They are tired of the everyday struggle. Let's listen in on this clip as far as why people are feeling the way they feel. One of the reasons why I like to cover these topics is because I want people to understand that, a lot of time when you're looking at the news, they don't cover the everyday working class. They do more of a broader perspective as far as the news. But I like to look at what's right here. I like to look at people just like me and you just to see how people are thinking. You know what I'm saying? Because that really tells the truth as far as why people feel the way they feel and what their outtake is on the economy. So let's go ahead and get started, and then I'll go ahead and break the video down as soon as it's over, and I'll let you know how I feel about why people are feeling the way they feel.
Work if you don't end up going.
Bills due. It's hot as hell outside. I don't get food stamps. Y'all ugly. I'm irritated. Just get out my way, please, and thank you.
I'm sick of feeling like I'm working and the only person getting paid is the bills and responsibilities and other things. And I know there is a reward in that somewhere. I'm sure there is some positive thing, having a roof over your head, being able to turn on the lights and have hot water. Those are all blessings. I get it. I understand that. Okay, I'm not saying I'm not appreciative of those things. But something's very frustrating because I feel like we work so hard, we get these raises, and we have to fight tooth and nail just to get a raise, okay? And let alone if it's $1 or a couple dollars, like some people are only getting a couple cents. And I feel like we fight for these raises or these bonuses, and then it's like, where does it go? It's like things get more expensive, life gets harder. It's like, when do we catch a break, And this is more of me just kind of venting, and I know that, I'm trying to remain grateful, but I'm human. And I think a lot of us are frustrated with the fact that we feel like we're working hard, we're getting a raise, or maybe we feel like our pay is reasonable, but like, where is it? At the end of the week, and you're like, okay, can I plan this fun vacation and trip? And it's like, yeah, if you save for a year. And it's like, when can we just like live in the moment? When can we have extra funds to just be able to do something and not have to think about the what ifs and all these things that can happen in life? Like, we have to be prepared for everything because everything's so expensive. I just want us all to get a break. Like, we just need to all get rich quick. We're sick of it.
I just realized it doesn't matter how early I go to sleep. I just don't want to go to work. I could have gone to bed at 8 p.m., did yoga, drank tea, had my soul cleansed by a monk. It doesn't matter. When that alarm hits, I'm still waking up like I just got hit by a tranquilizer dart. I suddenly never felt so tired in my life. And I'm not tired. I'm rebelling. This isn't fatigue. This is a protest against responsibility. Okay, people are like, oh, you just need a better morning routine. Okay, what will that routine do? Erase my job? Will it make Karen from accounting stop asking quick questions that are never quick? It's not about getting enough sleep. It's about being spiritually opposed to employment. I wasn't made for this. I wasn't built to log onto Microsoft Teams and pretend I care. Okay, I was built to live. Maybe chop wood, I don't know, something simple and primal. People be like, just find the job you love. Okay, I love not working. Hire me for that. Anyway, shout out to everyone clocking in today. Not because we want to, but because rent exists.
I'm tired. Are y'all tired? because I'm tired of the system that America has created to keep us going, buying. And it's never enough at work. It's like, do this so you can get this rating. It's never enough. You go out here and try to date, try to be a good person in the world. People don't appreciate that. It's never enough. Bills come back to back. You just paid them, they're coming again. It's never enough. Like, I am so fed up with this system that America has just locked us in, that we are not experiencing life. Like, it's so much life out there, so much going on that we have not experienced because we live here. And I'm tired of feeling like this. Like, I want to get up every day, enjoy the day for me, do whatever I please, and enjoy the day. And it's just like, it'll never happen. I get 2 days out of the week to have for myself. Like, I'm tired.
How am I just finding out that the bottom 60% of U.S. households cannot afford a, quote, minimal quality of life, per new reports from CBS. 60%. That's a really odd way of saying the majority of Americans cannot afford to fucking feed themselves. Bro, we've gotten it so wrong. The system has failed us all.
Today I'm going to show you the pink salt trick that even celebrities and actresses are keeping under lock and key. This is the real secret to staying in shape. No diet.
I'm so tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I just waited for the mailman to show up so I could get my paper check in the mail that I've been waiting for weeks. So I could come to the bank and deposit it. But because I have negative money in my account, I'm only going to get like a little bit of it because like I can only access $100 for the first day. So I'm probably going to have like $60 today. I haven't gone grocery shopping in probably a month. We have like no food to eat for dinner, except for like mac and cheese and ramen. I have $300 electric bill that's overdue. My phone bill's overdue. I just gave my husband my last paycheck from last week so we could pay the mortgage 2 weeks late. And in 10 days or 11 days, the mortgage for next month is due. So it's like this paycheck isn't even like, why do I even have it? Like, they might as well take my paycheck and just send it to all my bills. Like, what's the point in me even getting my paycheck? It's like annoying. Like, I'm not going to see it anyway. Not only that, but in like 3 weeks, I have to pay for summer camp because school's almost over. So it's like, that's another $700-800 that I have to come up with to pay for summer camp. And if I don't pay for summer camp, guess who can't work because their kid is going to be at home with them? Me. So obviously that's going to be like a major to-do. Like, I can't not pay summer camp. Not only do I have a personal loan and medical bills up the wazoo, like literally I have like a bill for like $3,000 from the hospital. I have like an $8,000 personal loan that was a consolidation loan from like a bunch of loans that I had. I haven't paid them in like 7 months. I owe them so much money. They call me like twice a day, dude. Like, collections calls, fucking, and all I'm doing every day is doing my best. And I literally can't get ahead. Like, I can't get ahead. I wake up and I fucking work. And these people are after me for money. And I'm like, dude, I'm literally trying my best. What do you want from me? I have side gigs here and there, like OF. Once in a while, I'll make like $60. But like, that's not really consistent. And like, I'm a painter. Like, I have a ladder in the back of my car. I'm a painter, right? So like, today, I literally didn't have enough tools to do my job. And I was like, I can't do this right now. Like, I don't have the fucking shit that I need for my job. Like, I can't even fucking work, dude. Like, I'm so stressed. I literally can't. I can't fucking do this anymore.
Nobody is more stressed than a 25 to 32-year-old who thinks they're running out of time. Just scrolling through Instagram with this weight on your chest, seeing these people your age buying houses and getting the promotion and having kids, and you're sitting there thinking, well, shit, man, like, I'm running out of time. Like, what am I doing? And, like, what's crazy is our parents' generation had a roadmap. It was college, job, marriage, kids, house. But I swear that map just doesn't work anymore. So all of this pressure that we're feeling is from the story that's been told to us for years and years and years. So we're sitting here rushing, trying to check all of these boxes that don't matter. And what's insane is once you realize this, all of that pressure just goes away, and you notice that you weren't actually running out of time at all. You were just running away from being present in your own journey.
Go to college, get a degree, get a great job. Don't get married too early because you don't want to get, whatever the case is. But hey, these were the things that we were taught growing up. And unfortunately, a lot of people in today's society, now they're facing it. They want to get all these accomplishments because those were the standards that were set. And not that they're bad standards, right? Not that these things are a bad thing. You don't need to do those in life, but at the same time, there is no order that you're supposed to have life in, right? Like you want to go to college, of course, you want to have a great job, but at the same time, if you're coming out of high school or coming out of college and you don't really know what you want to do with your life, what was the point of going to college? So in the end of the day, it is getting out of control. And what I will say is that's literally what I've been spending the past almost decade trying to figure out. Like, what is it that I was supposed to do in this life? Like, I went to school and I was like, oh, I'm going to be this pharmacist. I'm going to go to school and be a pharmacist, right? I went there and I was like, what am I doing? I'm just learning all these things because I had no true drive to actually do it. It was just me doing it because, they made a lot of money. And that's what a lot of people are facing today, especially Gen Z. They're going on social media now. They're on TikTok. They're on Instagram. They're seeing all these influencers. They're seeing all their friends. And what you're going to understand is people don't show the bad. They're only going to show the good. So you're going to be in your mind thinking, oh, they're living this amazing life. They're exactly where they want to be at right now in this life. But you don't understand. Either one, they put in the hard work. I'm just going to give the benefit of the doubt. They put in the hard work to truly get to where they're at, especially if they're influencers. Some influencers are overnight success and they just get lucky. But some influencers actually put in the work every single day. So that's one. On the other end, or, not everybody's not an influencer, right? Some people are actually like doctors and things like that. Like they actually have a good job, which takes a lot of work alone. Two, they either have crippling debt. So much debt to where you're like, how do you even afford to live? And I hope that's not the first girl's story. I genuinely think that like she just got stuck in a hard place. Like she probably got a kid and she's got a lot of bills that she got to take up. But and on top of that, she doesn't have a super high paying job. So all these things are going on right now. It's crazy. People are really just giving up. They're tired of working. This whole system is it's tough. It really is. And honestly, like you gotta keep going. Like genuinely, like keep going. Because at the end of the day, it will get better. You will get higher raises. You will get more promotions. You will get into that field that you spent 10 years studying a degree for. I'm just saying not 10 years, but like 4 years or whatever the case is. You will get there. But just put in the work. You really have to put your head down and work. But hey, if you're enjoying content like this, make sure you hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button as well. I will see you next video. We out. Let's go.
Yeah, so this is a prime example of Americans pretty much venting about everyday working. You don't want to get in that mentality where you're just giving up on everything. And this is not the type of channel that I'm trying to convey either. I'm not trying to get people to give up. I'm just wanting people to look at the reality of what Americans are feeling right now, because you can be whatever you want to be if you apply yourself and you work hard at what you do. I do think though, depending on where you live and where you're coming from, that can play some major factors. Because it's tough. Like this guy was saying, people or the guy previous to him. People can't even afford regular groceries. The lady that was speaking, she said, my check is just gone. She said, I don't even know why they even give me my check because I don't even see it. And that's a lot of Americans, Thankfully for me, I make decent enough where my stuff is set and, but I know there's a lot of people that are not like in my position, so, my heart still goes out to people, even though I might be doing okay. Other people may not, and the way I see it, we have to get into that mindset. Just because you're okay, well, if this person is not okay, then none of us is okay. You know what I'm saying? So I've never been that type of person to, now let me say this too, because people think that, well, you should just work harder and get more jobs. If you're not making enough money, you should get another job to compensate for the amount of money that you're looking for. Okay. Some people have kids. Some people have children. Some people are single parents. You can't leave your kids alone all day and all night. You can't leave them, especially if they're little, so what are you supposed to do? Like this lady was saying, she said in a few more weeks, I've got a plan for the summer now. And that's an additional $700, $800 that I don't have to go, so it's getting worse and worse. I mean, I really do hate it for the younger generation because they're coming into it just fresh. When you look at people like me who's in their 40s, I've been working a long time. So I entered the workforce at a time where, number one, the jobs were more plentiful and the opportunities were, how can I say, you can get a job a little bit more easier back in the day to me than you can now, and so now that's what I'm hearing. People, trying to apply online. I had one lady online, she said she applied to 100 jobs and she might have got like 2 phone calls and maybe 3 interviews out of all 100. That would have never been the case back in, let's say, the early 90s, mid 90s, or the early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say a lot of things have just changed with the job market altogether. So, but anyway, let's go on to the next subject. The next subject is talking about Trump supporters who they are in jeopardy, or this one segment is saying that this guy, he's saying, I may lose my job based on some of the policies that Trump has proposed. So let's go ahead and take a look at this, and then I'm going to discuss this video after it's over.
CNN's John King is still here at the desk with me, but he just came back from Allentown, Pennsylvania to hear how voters see things today.
Lehigh Valley is a blue-collar battleground. Reminders everywhere of America's manufacturing glory days and of today's big economic challenges. ProDart is a small family business. Todd Harder, the boss. His parents among the workers, trying to keep things going.
So we're kind of slow right now. The money's tight. People are complaining that the rent's really high in a lot of places. Just the cash flow isn't there. So I think everybody's starting to become a little more conservative on spending right now.
Just a handful of employees now, 14 when business was better. Harder voted for Donald Trump. Here's him promise tariffs will bring a new manufacturing boom. But sees the opposite so far.
My generation, right now, it's not going to impact, it's going to hurt us. But in the future, for the next generation, it might possibly help them out. But it's impacting the people that are here now, today. That's my thing.
In a not good way.
In a not good way.
This is Pennsylvania's 7th Congressional District. Allentown, Bethlehem, Easton. More rural as you head north and west. Trump won it narrowly last year, and voters like Harder also helped flip the House seat from blue to red. But Harder isn't sure he will vote for the new Republican congressman again. Not sure he will vote at all. He is 55, but had never voted until this past November.
You have men on men kissing and everything else and all transgenders. You didn't have that before. There is a God. I'm Catholic. I was just so disgusted just how everything is in this world. It's just going to crap.
You gonna stay?
Am I going to stay in America?
You're going to stay as a voter.
If I feel that things are running properly, yes. If I don't see anything changing, then it really doesn't matter what my vote is.
I just think that I now have a way of helping.
Michelle Rios is on the other side of the MAGA culture wars. She helps run a DEI program at a local college, helps students with questions ranging from financial aid and tutoring to rumors about immigration crackdowns.
Coming from a immigrant household, being a first-gen student, being a woman of color, being Latina, I know that my purpose is to serve. And so it really is a struggle when there are things preventing that.
Rios worries about funding cuts for DEI programs and also to nonprofits she works with in the bustling Latino community here, like this food bank.
And it just instills fear, and I think that's essentially what the last few months have done to people.
If you had 1 minute with President Trump, what would you say?
I don't think I would want a minute. And that's just being honest. There's a lot of things that come to mind, but I just don't think I would know where to start.
She was a student in Trump's first term and says she was constantly on edge. She is trying to stay more calm now, trying to better understand the big jump in Trump's Latino support here.
It has to do a little bit with like Latino culture. Sometimes we, don't want to see, women in a certain position or talk to someone that can help you understand information, but not leaving it up to social media, because I think that's also what made a big difference.
Do you have gym or art?
Family time is what Gerard Babb cherishes most. Babb works here on the Mack truck assembly line. Mack is one of the area's largest employers and says as many as 350 layoffs are coming soon. Babb is fairly low on the seniority list.
I was at 171 when they first announced. Now I'm at 218.
So you're trying to get to what, 350?
At least if I can get above 350, it'd be perfect. But as long as past 250, I have a chance.
Babb doesn't regret his vote for Trump, but he thinks it could cost him his job.
I only like playing.
Definitely with the tariffs, I believe they played a part. I think that, Donald Trump could have had a little bit more finesse instead of using like a blanket policy over everything.
So 4 months in, how would you grade Trump?
I'd give Trump right now a B+. I want stuff to happen right now. But, I understand that the gears of Washington move very slow.
Too soon, he says, to think about the midterms.
It's very stressful that I'm going to be out of work in the near future. Because I want to provide for my wife and kids.
Tired.
Much more important worries, front and center. Interesting there, Dana, to hear two Trump supporters be skeptical about his promise of a very quick manufacturing boom. So it's worth watching as you head into the midterms. That district has all of the big questions in American politics. Will Trump keep, or can Democrats make progress with those blue-collar workers? The Latino vote there, Trump support went way up. Democrats have a huge problem there. It's a fantastic district. If you just want to sit in one place for the next 2 years and get the economy, get at demographics, it's Pennsylvania 7.
Yeah, really interesting people that you talked to. Thanks so much for bringing that to us. Appreciate it.
Okay, so this is just an outtake of, some of the Trump supporters, and, some still are glad that they voted, and then the other two kind of on the fence. So, it's almost like a slap in the face to me. I mean, because he's not making your life better, okay? But you had Kamala Harris, that somebody that would have tried to look out for your jobs and your well-being, and and of course, like I say, because she's minority and she's a woman, they still, even though they pretty much may lose everything they have, it just blows my mind. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's no different than if I had voted for Kamala Harris and she does a 360 when she gets in office. You don't think I'm gonna be outraged? I would be I would be mad, okay? And so, these people, they have the right to feel how they feel. It's still a little early. So, this is only going into the 6th month. We really won't know until probably the end of the year, really how people are really truly feeling. Because I'm telling you, the way the economy is now, the way these layoffs, the way these tariffs and all this stuff combined that's working really against Americans, we haven't seen that domino effect yet. Okay, so this is something we're going to have to kind of keep an eye out on, because I don't think we've seen the worst of it as of yet. So, but anyway, guys, I just wanted to go ahead and, tackle that for tonight. I will be back on Thursday. This is going to be more of a brief segment for tonight, because these two topics I really wanted to cover, because I wanted people to see the reality of what's really going on in America. Okay. All right. So Thursday, again, meet me back at 8 p.m. We're going to still dive deeper into the DEI and Target and Walmart, because Walmart is doing some more stuff that we need to address. They still trying to play hardball, y'all. And also, we're going to take a look at some more things that have transpired with the P. Diddy case, because now more and more evidence is coming out, and we're going to talk about some things with the TD Jakes and some other things that have transpired in the last 2 weeks that we didn't cover on that first show. So we're going to cover that on Thursday at 8 p.m. Okay? All right, guys. So if that is it, if you enjoyed the content, please hit like, share, and subscribe. And also, if you can, please hit the notification bell. That way you won't miss any episodes every time I come on to YouTube. So anyway, I will see y'all Thursday, 8 o'clock. Everybody enjoy the rest of your night, and I will see you back on Thursday. Everybody have a great night. Take care. Bye-bye.